it's kind of new to me. Now, this is your second project, correct?
Yes, sir.
The second one. The first one?
Actually, there's another record. Somebody goes, man, you got 3 records out. I go, do I? But it wasn't really a record that I put out back in 2005. It only had 3 songs on it.
Okay, but, I mean, it's not like, was that SCUM SCUNGE one?
SCUM SCUNGE. Yeah, this would be more official. This would be the second album, yes, sir.
I see. So, but what was the first one called?
$5 Ain't Shit.
But the band, is it the band that's called SCUM SCUNGE?
Yeah, SCUM SCUNGE. Yeah, it's all just shit that I made up, man.
I see.
The whole thing. The whole thing, I mean, it's kind of whatever, you know, it can bore you with the whole history, but the whole thing was I didn't know that I could play guitar, and, you know, and I had some, you know, weird political views and things, and so I made that name up, and then I made that first record, and Darrell played on it, and, you know, and that's, you know, whatever. And then my band all got...
from Pantera Darrell, right?
Yeah, he played on 3 songs, so, you know, of course, then your band gets hooked on meth or whatever. If they weren't already hooked on it before, I just wasn't a good reader of, you know, drug people, and so, you know, it didn't take long for the band to fizzle fry, you know,
right.
And so once the singer got cleaned up or whatever, you know, we started, you know, jamming and playing again, and then I made that other record. We were actually recorded it at my shop, but I had this drummer, you know, I should mention names, but I won't, but whatever. And so we record this record, and then he runs off with the recording.
Right.
I wrote these songs. This record really could have came out years ago. But so the guy ran off with the music. I never got to put the record out. We played all the way until 2008, and then I quit. I said, I'm done. And then that Johnny Orlowski that's on the record, he was a singer, but then he went to jail.
Nice. That's what.
So I lost my singer, you know, in the middle of making this record. I mean, we actually recorded it 2 times. We recorded it once, and then, you know, sang and everything, and then we kept jamming, and Christian goes, man, we're so much better now. Let's fucking re-record it. So we re-record it, but Johnny was, you know, on drugs, you know, and so we get him to sing, and he wasn't as powerful as he was, you know, and he didn't do all the tracks before he went to jail. And so what we did is just take the tracks from the first recording, because it was the same song, and the second recording, and took the best out of what we could. And so I got 7 tracks out of him, but there's 12 tracks on the record, so I had to get 5 other singers to sing to finish those songs off, besides all the lead guitar players that I wanted to play on the record.
I see. Yeah, let me mention a few of those. You got George Cole from ASKA on here. You got Phil Weber.
Yep.
Who's Jake Costa? I don't think I know that guy.
He's a singer for I Will Be Done. That's that band that I've toured all over the country with.
Nice. Yeah, so is this like a labor of love? People who did it because they wanted to be part of it? Friends of yours? I mean, how did that come about to bring all these cats together?
You know what? Like, one guy said that I had this review and they really dogged me out or whatever, you know. It's just funny as crap, though, to me, because I don't care. But the guy goes, we don't know how this guy got all these people from all around the world to play, because you didn't mention Houland from Infernoise. He's from Spain. He sang a song. And he's one of my favorite singers in the world, so that was a big deal for me. But whatever.
Is that the review you read recently on your Facebook page? I think you posted something recently from somebody that, I'm not sure if it was a full review or...
Yeah. You know, and they dogged the CD out, but the guys go, man, how did this guy get all these people to play on his CD?
Well, I'm saying the same thing. How did you get all these people to get them high?
Right.
Pick them up, or pick up the mic, pick up the guitar. Let's get this going.
Right. You know, I'm a cocaine dealer. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's because, you know, I mean, because the guy wrote, he goes, well, Stuart, is a concert photographer, so this might have something to do with it. You know, but I don't know. Maybe people feel sorry for me. I don't know. I don't really care. You know,
want to jam. You know, like, in a way, you know, you've done a lot of business for the scene and local. Man, people don't forget it. And they kind of, you know, a cool project comes around and they want to contribute their time, maybe a little pay. I don't know.
No, they're just friends and people that I've known for years, and but you got to realize, like, I'll write these songs, but like, you know, I don't have all my fingers on my hand, so maybe I use that as an excuse, you know, because my ring finger's gone, and so I don't play leads, and so that's why I had Darrell play those leads on the first record, and then I thought, well, shoot, when I make this record, I'm gonna get all the cool ass motherfuckers that I like, you know, guitar players that I, you know, dig, you know, to play, and you know, and I was able to get, you know, the guy from Sweden, Jonas Kjellgren, and you know, we didn't mention Varnum Ponville from Gamma Side and Cauldron in Louisiana that sang. Yeah, that's right. The second track. Yeah, that's a badass fucking song. I don't care if people like that shit or not. There's a lot of political stuff on that record.
No, it's definitely heavy. A lot of it. You won't get any commercial play with this stuff. I can guarantee you right now. But you know, overall, it's just bad. I mean, it's kind of the mix isn't as great as I think it could be. I mean, if you had somebody else mix it might be even a little bit stronger. But you know, I know what you got here is not bad. There's two songs that you repeated here: Left Behind and
Hard to Breathe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I did because of the guitar players. Because I didn't want to leave people out because.
Oh,
like,
you got Chris, how do you
Drapo, Chris Drapo.
Yeah, Chris Drapo on the first version, and then you got Carlos Deadman on the second one.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then, like on the George Call Left Behind song, it was Jonas Kjellgren from Sweden,
right.
And then Justin Neil Manning from Crown by Fire. Right. And Justin's a badass. Everybody's a badass motherfucker on here, right? You know, I mean, I really appreciate everything that people did, and what it was is like, you know, it's hard to get people from all around the planet to record and do things for you in the middle of their tours and recording albums and all this stuff, you know. I mean, some of these bands haven't even put their albums out, but I've already, you know, got this thing done, and so I had these tracks, and really there was more tracks too. I probably... You know, because I know Todd Evans from Mobile Death Camp, I think he did too. And I'm not sure. I mean, not all of them made it, but I didn't want to leave them off because they did such a fantastic job. And plus that Left Behind song, it's the California mix, right? The 13th, or how many tracks are on this record? 14th, the 13th, yeah, the last Left Behind. Yeah, it was done. I sent that to Justin in California, and he's got this badass mixer fucking producer dude out there named Chris Collier or whatever. And so they remixed the whole song.
Yeah, that definitely has a different feel. It does have a different feel. And I heard it the second time I made me think, why do they do this again? And then I started looking at the credits.
Well, you got to listen to the, you know, I mean, I think Justin they did the drums, the fucking guitar, like my guitar part, they played over it. I mean, and then Justin, when you listen to that shit, you think it was, you know, I mean, whatever. He's a bad motherfucker. I can tell you that. You'd think, oh shit, that's Zakk Wylde or Eddie Van Halen or somebody. That motherfucker's badass.
Very cool. And Christian Meyer plays on all of them, all the tracks.
Well, yeah, because Christian's my drummer. I mean, that's how we started the band. I met Johnny O in the parking lot, you know, and he had moved here. He was coming here from Indiana to sing for Tejas Moses. And so I guess he got my number from me. He called me that night. He goes, hey, man, can I come to your house and hang out? I said, sure. So he came over here. We're hanging out for a little while. He goes, hey, play some guitar, right? So I start jamming, and he starts fucking just freestyle singing over it. And I said, holy shit, this motherfucker can sing, boy. And I said, hey, man, would you mind singing on some crappy songs that I wrote or whatever? He goes, well, I just moved here, and I got to go with this band. And it was about a year later, he called me. He goes, hey, man, it's that time. And he goes, let's jam. I said, fuck, I don't have a drummer. And, I got to round up some equipment and shit, and and I called 2 drummers. I called Ken Poland from Excess Whiskey.
Yeah, I know Ken.
He's a great guy, and I've played with him before. You know, super fucking.
Playing with World Beneath World too. I think Pantera, the second drummer. I believe, one time.
You know, that could be. You know, and then I thought, fucking, you know, Christian played in a band called Jack Quick back in the day.
I remember that band, yeah.
And they were good, man. We used to play shows with them, and they had tried to get me to get into Jack Quick a long time ago, and I thought, fuck it, I'll just call him. And then, you know, Christian, you know, he jumped on us. Fuck it, let's go. And so that's when we started jamming and, you know, started playing. I have to give all credit to Johnny, you know, for getting me to jam again. I quit in 2008. He lit the fire,
man. I know. He sounds like he lit the fire, and you got this thing going. So how long did it take you to put together? I mean, from the conception when you came back and said, let's do it, it's time, and then so I guess in 2016 when you finally released it.
You know, I think my drummer, he'll bitch and go, 2.5 fucking years, you know.
He's probably more prolific.
You know, but, you know, I'm thinking 2.5 years, but that was like, you know, from starting from scratch, you know, and then recording the album again, you know, and then, you know, recording it once and then recording it again. And then, you know, once Johnny disappeared or whatever, he disappeared once and he came back 2 days, 2 practices, and then he was gone. And I think he was gone for, you know, but while he was gone, I said, fuck it, I'm not going to not put this record out. So, you know, then I just had to do a lot of work and a lot of calls and emails and emailing files in different formats from different countries. And, you know, and hats off to fucking, you know, Christian Meyer for, you know, because he's the one that, like, I guess, whatever, you know, we mix, produce, you know, because I sit in there, you know, with them or whatever. But, you know,
him and Jim Wright, looks like they did this at Avalon Recordings, right?
Yeah, we did it at Avalon, you know, yeah. And so, you know, at night, you know, I mean, I wasn't there every night. I just go there twice a week, and then, you know, and he would fix little bugs. You know, there's the little things on the record, you know, we ain't Metallica or nothing, you know, we ain't got no money, you know.
I hear you.
So, you know, it's way...
It's a passion.
It's a way better record than that first one that was mixed 10,000 times by, you know, meth heads and trailers. So.
But mixing is where, I mean, you know, you get so crazy that somebody gets a hold of it and says, oh, I can make it better. Oh, no, I can make it better. It can always be better.
Well, look, I mean, you know what, you can kill a record. Like, people told me, they go, you know, because I took the record to Rick Perry from Gamma Side, right? I respect him, man. He's, you know, smart fucking dude. You know, I lived the Gamma Shack more than one time, and, you know, Gamma Side was, you know, great band, you know, but, you know, not, you know, whatever. And so I took it to his house, and fucking, he put it on a real stereo. Like, you know, I don't have a real stereo. I have a stereo, but I don't have a CD player. Whatever, I'm in the 80s or whatever. And so he played it, he goes, hey man, you gotta fucking master this record, right? And I go, what the fuck is that, right? And so he goes, oh, you know, all records gotta be mastered. And so I took it to that fucking fancy place out in fucking Dallas. Nomad. Okay, Nomad. Yeah. Okay, and so, you know, I'm not gonna crap on anybody or anything, so whatever, so you know, we spent some good money getting the record mastered, and then I get it back, and then I take it to the studio, and we listen to it, and then Christian, like, you know, he's like, you know, I don't know, he's crying on the inside or whatever, you know, he don't say anything. I said, look, you know, whatever, and so, and I didn't realize, he goes, listen to this, okay, and so, like, it took all the, you know, they take all the dynamics out of the song, like the solo's gone at the, you know, the end, or the vocals don't come in. I said, oh, shit. You know, I mean, it sounded good overall, but all the highs and lows of the song were, you know, and some of the songs were just destroyed. And I thought, well, fuck that. You know, I don't want to put that out. So I think in the end, maybe 3 or tops 4 of the 14 songs were actually mastered, where we didn't use all that other stuff.
Right, so I'm looking at inside is pretty. These your photos or just various photos?
Oh no, a lot of them are mine because that was another thing. I don't want to. Like I told my brother, I said, look, you can't just go on the internet and take a picture that you like of somebody.
Right.
Because well, I said, well, it's the same shit that fucking people do to me, and I fucking, I'd be a million.
You go after them and you get some money, so it's all going to come back to you. You don't be that guy.
Yeah, and I said, look, I said, I photographed most of these people, so let's just use the pictures that I took of them, and then, and then get, and then we did thank some of the photographers on the record that, I said, look, if you can contact that person, you find that person, and, and they say, look, all we want is a photo credit on the album. That's fucking great, because I don't want to be, I'm a photographer, so I don't want to be I'm the last guy that wants to stab a motherfucker over his fucking or her picture.
I hear you. Yeah, because I'm no photographer of Johnny O. That's funny.
Yeah,
Johnny looks like fucking James Hatfield in that picture, man.
Right. He looks a little different. He cut all his hair off and stuff because he's got to clean his act up.
So, let me mention some of these people here. You got Jim Crye from Volume Dealer here, Todd Evans from Mobile Death Camp, from War, Jay Costa. They will be done. That
will be done, man.
That will be done.
Look, I can tell you stories about it. I met these dudes in Pennsylvania, and with Jose Mangan from Sirius XM. He goes, Stuart, he introduced me to all these guys, and I thought they looked like they were going golfing or something, I go, whatever, that will be done here today, gone tomorrow, I don't give a shit, right? And so, but this band played, and I said, holy smoke! Because I said, he goes, Stuart, you've got to watch this band, And I said, I want to go home, right? And I said, well, I'll watch a couple fucking songs. I'll watch the whole fucking concert. I said, oh shit, and so I talked to him a little bit, and made friends with them, and then I toured all over the country with this band. Stillborn Fest, and Hatebreed, and Emmure, and Devil Driver all across America. And they're a badass band. They just been in a little lull for a while because the guitar player left, which is on the album, Chris Drapo. He had stepped down, and he plays in that Aggressive Dogs in Japan now. So
some of the local guys here, Henry Diaz from with Christian fans. George Call. Very cool.
Yeah, George Call is fucking that dude's the fucking greatest singer, man, dude. And I get the biggest like I had a kid come in my shop the other day and he was fucking talking. I thought he was talking shit, but he was singing George Call's lyrics off that song. I thought,
George's motherfucker, man. George, he's a very powerful singer, powerful guitar player. That's great that he participated in this. That's great having him on there.
Oh, yeah. Look, on that last review I got, it says, George Call is such a kick-ass singer. It says even his fucking singing couldn't help this crappy music.
Yeah, well...
But look, here's some other local motherfuckers from around here. Randy Cook, he's played in Rotting Corpse for years, and he was the bass player and drummer for SCUM SCUNGE for quite some time.
Right.
And who else? Dorian Rainwater.
Right, from Death of Rock and Roll.
Yeah, see, them guys, I don't know if they kind of disappeared or whatever, but he's actually in a band called Noisear. And they play this music called grindcore, which I'd never really been introduced to that, but I met him in San Diego years ago, and now he lives here. But this guy, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to say he's one of my favorite guitar players, of all the guitar players I've ever seen. Good guy. He plays. He can play all styles of music. But he likes to play those little 3-second songs or whatever they do in blast beats or whatever. But he can play. I mean, it is amazing. When he came to the studio to play, like my drummer and somebody else is there and they're going, Dorian Rainwater, we never heard of him. Who's he? Right? And I said, look, motherfucker, I'm telling you, man, I know fucking talent, right? And so when he was fucking playing those leads, they're going, oh my God, did you fucking see that? Oh God, somebody should have videotaped this. And I'm thinking, I'm telling you, man, this motherfucker's the baddest fucking guitar player you ever fucking seen in your life.
I know, it's incredible, the talent that's out there that doesn't get noticed.
Right, the biggest artists, you know, the greatest people might only ever be regional, you know, because if people don't hear them outside, even Pantera slugged it out for years, and they might have been known a little in Oklahoma, Louisiana, and parts of Texas. If you don't get a break, you're fucked, you know. You know, the music business is really fucked now, but whatever, you know. To me, it was a labor of love, and I'm real happy with it, you know, because, hey, man, I wrote all those little shitty fucking songs, and, you know, and people don't like them. I mean, you know, I don't know. I like them all, you know, and, I always say, look.
So what about our show? I mean, we're talking about some kind of, you know, I don't know, to get all these people here will be impossible, but still, you know, a handful of especially the local guys.
Right, well, Scott Shelby from fucking Gamma Side, you know, Warbeat. He's a fucking shredder. And mind you, some of these guitar players came into the studio, right? And this is early on, and this is when the vocals weren't even done, right? Like when Scott was there, Todd Evans was the first one, man. They were here, they were over at Vince's house, right? At some fucking party over there. And I told my drummer, I said, man, fucking, if this guy will fucking come, let's go skinab his ass and fucking bring him over here and have him record, you know? And so he just went in there, he played just lead over the whole, he did 2 songs, played lead over the whole fucking thing. And like, you know, on that one song, we just took this part that goes, wow, wow, wow. You know, we kind of fucked with it or whatever, and it goes through the whole song. It sounds great. And like Scott Shelby, you know, he goes, Stuart, you just tell me when to fucking play, right? And so I'd put my finger up, and he'd fucking, you know, and it's fucking amazing, you know. I mean, there was no vocals or anything on the song. And you know, a lot of these songs I was sending out, you know, just to get the guitar parts, and there weren't even vocals done yet. So I think.
All right. So let me ask you this: what do you want people, fans, let's say, you know, especially local and worldwide, what do you want them to take away from the TV?
I don't know. I was just thinking, you know, if anybody hears a song of yours, and like if they cry, or like, you know, if a band writes a song and it makes me like want to cry, that's a good song, you know. Or if it makes me jump around in my kitchen or whatever, you know. If somebody hears one song and goes, man, that fucking song's badass, that's what you want, you know. If somebody gets something out of it, I don't know.